Once you have collected market data, don't let it just sit on your desk. Share it. This video will show you some examples and give you some tips for sharing. When sharing data, it's helpful to add context so that people can truly understand how important markets are. In this example, we shared that 7 Richmond markets in our metrics program support 5,927 acres of farmland in the area. That's impressive, and the importance is made even more clear by adding the very depressing statistic that America loses 175 acres of farmland an hour. The idea is to grab the attention of anyone who values having farmland in their area or who is concerned about suburban sprawl and help make them make the connection back to their support of local farms. When posting this, I tagged some of our partners and other organizations that I thought would take particular interest in this. The Virginia Department of Agriculture, USDA, American Farmland Trust, the Land Stewardship Project, and the Piedmont Environmental Council. I wanted to increase the odds of them actually seeing this post. It's helpful to think through who your market stakeholders are and think about which of your metrics they might be most interested in. You can also occasionally and thoughtfully tag influencers you've interacted with and who have tagged you in their own posts. We, of course, never want to be spammy or over-tag others, but if you post something you think they would be particularly interested in, go ahead and tag them. And please feel free to tag VAFMA when you post metrics or other things you think we'd like to see. In this example, the text says, "Another reason to love farmers markets. People eat more fruit and vegetables when they shop at a farmers market instead of a grocery store." I tagged some of the Virginia food bloggers who tend to focus on healthy eating and who have also tagged us or interacted with us in the past. I also included the Virginia Family Nutrition Program and Virginia Foodie. It's a simple but important message tied with a beautiful photo by the bird farm, and people responded to it. We got 129 likes and a bunch of comments. You can share the same metrics with different context and different media and on multiple platforms, of course. That's what the Appalachian Sustainable Development did here with these two posts. They used the same $15 million sales figure, but in different ways. One with a quick 2-sentence post and a link to their website. The other goes into more detail about their Herb Hub and how it helps farmers. They also shared it through their annual report and on Twitter. You can share updated metrics or metrics in progress mid-season. The Hampton Boulevard Farmers Market shared their miles to market early on in their first season. It's an impressive 21 miles to market, and that's the image on the left. By the height of the summer season, they had some new vendors coming in, and the market was able to show an even more impressive 11-mile average distance from production site to market. Sharing an update like this one can encourage shoppers to see their vendors as neighbors and to better understand that money spent at the market goes into the local economy. You can share metrics when you are speaking to groups. Lisa Dearden of RV Ag spoke to a Lions Club and started by asking a series of questions. "How many of you like to see farmland?" she asked, and most people raised their hand. "How many of you like to support the local economy?" Again, most people raised their hand. And then she asked, "How many of you have been to a farmer's market?" Unfortunately, not many people raised their hand. So with that, she started sharing her metrics report and going through how her farmer's market was helping save farmland and contributing to the economy. She also asked the crowd, "How far do you think your food travels?" Well, most people didn't know, and so she told them 1,500 miles. And then she compared that to how far the food travels to her market. Using the metrics connected people to why it's meaningful to shop farmers markets. The crowd was very appreciative of the speech, and many came up to her afterwards saying they would be shopping at farmers markets. She also was approached about a potential partnership. Lisa said having the metrics made her speech much more impactful. The Charlottesville City Market shared their metrics report with the Director of Parks and Recreation, Economic Development, and the City Manager's Office. And they did this in preparation of the city's long-term planning process to determine the market's new location. Market Manager Justin McKenzie used the market's visitor counts to highlight the market's ability to attract people to the downtown area. The fact that the market brings an average of 4,000 to 5,000 people to downtown each week is very impressive in a city with a population of just under 50,000. It's important to share your metrics with vendors as well. We are building a culture of data collection, and it helps to show them what you are going to do with the data. Aaron Molnar of Countryside Farmers Market in Ohio sends all vendors a weekly market statistics email. And this includes a change in sales, attendance, and weather information compared to the previous year. This kind of data helps vendors to gauge the market day and to not just rely on anecdotal experience. It also helps vendors understand how they're doing in relation to other vendors at the market and make adjustments as necessary. Tracy Fry of the Williamsburg Farmers Market also shares sales data with vendors. The spreadsheet she shares shows them sales, weather, and customer counts for each week for the past 5 years. She also shares aggregated vendor sales data with market stakeholders so that they can understand the impact the market is having on the local economy. Here's another example from the Williamsburg Farmers Market. It's a Tuesday Tweets campaign where Tracy shares a metric and precedes the metric with a thought-provoking question. In this case, she wrote, "Wonder how many acres it takes to bring the market to life each Saturday?" And then, of course, shared that it's 3,075 acres. Creating a scheduled series of posts like these Tuesday Tweets helps you work your metrics into your social media routine. You don't have to announce the schedule, but if you decide that on Wednesdays or on the first of every month you are going to share something about the impact of your market, you're more likely to remember to share the metrics. Here's another example. Appalachian Sustainable Development began Food Hub Friday and shared info about their impact on Fridays in April and May. Think about the data you have and plan a schedule that works for you. You can even create a full social media content calendar where you plan out what you're going to feature from week to week. This helps when especially we get very busy and don't know what to post. We can turn to our content calendar and get some ideas. To help you create a content calendar like this, or even just to spark marketing ideas, VAFMA has a calendar that highlights special dates, marketing ideas, and monthly tips. Each month has an example to inspire your posts. You can even share the exact wording if you want. Just insert your own metrics. For example, here's one from February. The winter market helps keep year-round job opportunities in our area. 45 people are employed by market vendors. You just insert the number of people employed by your vendors and post with a photo of your market. Then you're done. There are also reminders of special days like Super Bowl Sunday, CSA Day, and National Boy Scouts Day. So if, for example, Boy Scouts volunteer at your market, you could post about the number of Boy Scouts who volunteered or the number of hours the Boy Scouts donated to the market each year. Or if you don't happen to have those metrics, just a shout out to the Boy Scouts thanking them for volunteering would be a nice thing to do on that day. This calendar is only available to our metrics and market manager certification participants. Virginia Farmers Market managers can download it after registering for the Metrics program. To find out more about our Farmers Market Metrics program, visit fafma.org.